In front of the table. My name is Dion Waugh, Dionne-Waughh. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Boulder Police Department. We're going to have 3 speakers. Commander Kerry Yamaguchi with the Boulder Police Department is going to speak first. It's Commander, and it's Kerryyamaguchi. And then we're going to have District Attorney Michael Dougherty, Michael Dougherty. And then we're going to have Kelly McGannon from King Soopers speak. It's KELLYMCGANNON. After they speak, we will take a few questions, but please understand we're in the very early stages of a very large investigation that is going to take some time, so we will not be able to answer a lot of your questions. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Commander Kerry Yamaguchi from the Boulder Police Department.
Good evening. Can everybody hear me okay? As Dion shared, we had a very tragic incident today here at the King Soopers. There was loss of life. We have multiple people who were killed in this incident. And I am sorry to have to report that one of them was a Boulder police officer. During this trying time, I would ask the media and the public to honor the privacy of the officer's family and his co-workers here at the police department. I will also share that we got tremendous support from our fellow law enforcement agencies, both in Boulder County, which some of them you see behind me, the FBI, ATF, and other Denver metro agencies. Without that quick response, we don't know if there would have been more loss of life. I can share with the public today, or this evening, that there is no ongoing public threat, that we do have a person of interest in custody. That person was injured during the incident and is being treated for the injuries.
Good evening. My name is Michael Dougherty. I'm the District Attorney for Boulder County. This is a tragedy and a nightmare for Boulder County, and in response we have cooperation and assistance from local, state, and federal authorities. This will very much be a coordinated effort, and we will stand united in support of the victims and their families to ensure that justice is done. It's a very early stage in the investigation, as you've heard, and we have a lot of work to do, but we'll be giving out more information as that becomes available and as we nail down the facts here. As Commander Yamaguchi said, there is an individual in custody currently with multiple victims, and we'll be doing everything we can to fight for them and their families to make sure that we reach the right and just outcome. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Kelly McGannon, spokesperson for King Soopers. Our hearts are broken over this senseless act of violence. The entire King Soopers family offers our thoughts, prayers, and support to our associates, our customers, and first responders who so bravely responded to these acts of violence. We are working in full cooperation with local law enforcement and will be deferring all questions to them for the integrity of the investigation. Thank you.
Take a few questions.
Commander, can you tell us what happened? So, as has already been mentioned, we're very early in the investigation. As Dion shared, that we responded here, officers were here within minutes of the initial 911 calls and entered the building very quickly.
Do you know any possible motive for this?
Very early in the investigation, we don't have any details that I can share at this point. There will be additional information released as it's gathered and it's appropriate to release, but that will come from the Boulder Police Department.
How many other confirm the number of deaths, sir? Can you confirm the number of deaths?
Before 3 o'clock?
Just before 3 o'clock today.
Can you tell us how many people have died?
We're very early in the investigation. We are still processing the scene.
Do you know if the shooter said anything as the shooter entered the building?
That will be part of the investigation.
What happened on 17th Street?
That was unrelated, we believe, to this incident.
Will there be?
We're still investigating.
Were there injuries in addition to
So-
those who were killed?
So at this point, the only injured party we are aware of significant injury was the suspect. We know of no other serious injuries at this point.
Can you tell us information about the suspect?
No.
Commander, do you know if there was any relationship between the gunman and the people that were shot?
That will be part of the investigation.
When you say multiple fatalities, can you tell us how many?
No, we don't know. They're still processing the scene.
Are there more than 5, sir?
Don't know.
How many in the hospital? Multiple people in the hospital?
Don't know how many are at the hospital currently. I know for sure there is one.
Commander, was there video of the video cameras that might have taped what happened?
That's all going to be part of the investigation.
Does this man have any connection at all to King Soopers or any of the workers?
I'm not aware of that. I don't know. That's part of the investigation.
Was your first call of a man and an active shooter in the parking lot, then it moved inside?
So I haven't had a chance to review any of those calls, and so I can't tell you in what order things were reported to us.
Was this man wearing military gear?
I'm sorry, I got
Military-style
two questions.
Military style, was he wearing military style gear during this?
Don't know. That'll be part of the investigation.
What about the weapon?
Don't have information on that. As I said, the crime scene folks have just very recently entered the crime scene to start processing it.
Is the shirtless guy the person of interest? The shirtless man who was being taken out in handcuffs and put in an ambulance?
Since I would be speculating of who you're talking about, I can't confirm that. I don't know.
Commander, not to be critical, but it's been more than 3 hours since you got the call. You can't tell us how many people were dead?
I don't have that information right now.
Does anybody?
That'll be part of the investigation.
Is the suspect at Boulder community?
So if I could just interject for one moment, there's a lot of investigation already underway. A lot of things are being realized as the crime scene's being processed, including the number of victims, which is known to police investigators, but I want to stress that victims' family members are still being notified, so we're being really sensitive to the victims' families. So I appreciate Commander Yamaguchi not giving out more information at this point, but even for the facts of which we're certain, those conversations are going to happen with the families first. Those conversations are now taking place.
If we know there are some,
We're going to be talking to the families first and then giving out more information. Okay. Well, Boulder Police Department is going to be giving out that information. I recognize the need to get the information out as soon as possible. I do. But I also recognize that we have one suspect in custody. We're going to ensure that justice is done. And to do that, we're going to make sure we have the facts certain and understood before we start sharing them with the media and the public. That's going to happen. That's going to happen in the next couple hours.
Can you describe the suspect?
With you? You don't have to share the motive, but has he presented why he did what he did?
I do not have any information as to the motive at this point. It's really early in the investigation, but I cannot do that at this point, but I can promise you the Boulder Police Department is going to be releasing more information in the next few hours.
How are families who might have been impacted by this maybe looking for loved ones being notified that their family members are okay? So the CU Police Department is helping with family members that may have questions about loved ones, and Chief Joe Kirst will be able to provide more information for family members to contact the CU Police Department for information.
Is the suspect already currently scheduled to appear in court?
So there is a suspect in custody. There's no scheduled court appearances as yet.
Have there been any charges that have been filed? Will any charges be filed?
Well, the suspect is being treated medically at the hospital right now. I can promise you that we're going to ensure the right thing happens with this case.
Is this man from the Boulder area?
That's all I have at this point, but I appreciate you being here, and we'll be giving out more information. The Boulder Police Department will be in charge of giving out more information. We're going to ask Chief Joe Kirst, if she will, just to let family members know where they could go for or call in for notifications on possible victims.
If people were in the parking lot or saw something, who should they call?
Thank you for that question. If there are witnesses out there who have information, and there were many witnesses to this who are cooperating with the investigation already, but if there are additional witnesses, they should contact the Boulder Police Department. But let me turn it over to Chief Joe Kirst.
So if there was witnesses that saw this event, they can contact 303-441-3333, and that's the main number to the Boulder Police Department.
Say that one more time, please.
Yep, no problem. 303-441-3333, and that's the main number to the Boulder Police Department. If there's family or loved ones that have questions as well, they can contact that main number, and they'll be sent an address in regards to additional information there. Thank you very much.
About the courage of your officer, we're told he or she went back in, saved lives by what they did.
And that's all the questions we can take right now. I know we wanted more information, but we don't have any more information we can share at this time. We will continue to post all information that we can on our Twitter, and we will announce the next press conference as soon as we know with more information.
Help us understand how you don't know how
We are hoping to
many
have
deaths
more
there are?
information to release later this evening, yes.
Will there be a procession for the fallen officer? How do you not know?
I will find out and we will let you know. I'll do that. This area, we will continue to ask everybody to avoid the area. This is going to be blocked off for quite some time. So please continue to tell individuals to avoid this area. So, thank you. So, we will.
It is.
There's a lot of it, and we will have this. We will have more information to release soon. So, thank you for your patience.
Help us understand.
That is accurate, Ann. We didn't find out what happened. We don't know about a motive. They did clarify a couple things. Remember, early on, we thought there might have been a second suspect at the location on 17th Street here in Boulder, and they did confirm that there was no connection. It's only one suspect. He is in the hospital right now recovering from his injuries. He will be charged, but they did not tell us what happened. No real details, no motive at this point. We asked them to confirm the number of people that were dead. They have elected not to, and as you pointed out, we did know early this afternoon that one of the dead was a Boulder police officer, but out of respect to the family, we decided to withhold that information until it was confirmed. And as you heard in that news conference, one officer was shot. We're told from sources that that officer may have gone back into King Soopers in a heroic move, may have saved lives, a move that ultimately cost his or her life. So a lot happening here, but not a whole lot answered, as you said, Ann, not knowing the motive, no details of how it unfolded. Remember, it was about 3:10 when I got a text early in the afternoon from a source that said it was really, really bad. They did confirm multiple fatalities. They did confirm that one is a Boulder police officer, but beyond that, a lot more questions that they're just waiting on at this point. Ann, Shannon?